Welcome to Unchained here on Pahrump News. I'm your host, Deanna O'Donnell. Hope you're doing good tonight. Well, we told you about this contest that was going on with the Pahrump Moose Lodge called Kiss a Pig, and that is a fundraiser that the Moose Lodge is doing. And certain people who are contestants in this fundraiser also choose a charity that they would like the money to go to. We spoke to Shannon Arimura last week about that Kiss a Pig contest. And, you know, of course, I'm doing that Kiss a Pig contest, so if you want to donate to that, you can go to the Pahrump News Facebook page, you can go to my Facebook page, and you can also go on to the Pahrump Soapbox page. We've posted that link on those pages. But the guest that we have here tonight is also entered into that Kiss a Pig contest, and that is a candidate for Nye County District Attorney Michelle Nelson. When we return, we'll have Michelle Nelson here on the show.
Sponsored by 1-2-Tree, handyman, yard cleanup, yard maintenance, and so much more. Give them a call at 775-253-8066. We will leave you with a smile. Axe Exterminators. Give those pests the axe. Give them a call today for general pest control, rodents, termites, bed bugs, and so much more in Pahrump, Amargosa, Beatty, and surrounding areas. 775-990-2065.
All right, I'm here with my guest, Michelle Nelson, who's running for Nye County District Attorney. How you doing?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. So how's the campaign going?
It's going good. It's been very busy. We've been hitting the campaign trail, getting out, talking to as many people as we can. Mm-hmm. We've been to Tonopah. We've been to Round Mountain. We're doing tons of meet and greets.
Yeah.
Lots more coming up.
Yeah, that's something that especially Nye County District Attorney really has to get to know the whole county, right?
It's the whole county.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of traveling, but it's beautiful land. Mm-hmm. You know, especially right now. We were up there last week in Tonopah and Round Mountain, so we got to see some of the wildflowers while driving.
Wow.
You know, some people think, oh, the desert, what's out there? It's just, you know, flat, dirt, rocks, but I mean, I've grown up I grew up in Southern California, but we've always had a place out at Lake Mead.
Yeah.
And so the desert has always been like my second home.
And also just getting to know those communities there is important, isn't it?
They were so welcoming, especially at Round Mountain. Mm-hmm. I've called into a lot of their town board meetings. Mm-hmm. So it was really nice to put faces to names.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was like, oh, you know, because you always get a picture in your head of what somebody looks like.
That's so
and
true.
it was really nice. We went in and we stopped at the general store, and they even had the flyer up there, and they were like, oh, you're here, and they were so. It was like an old family reunion.
Yeah.
So it was very, very heartwarming.
Awesome. So tell everybody about yourself, because you have a really great history, but you're also working currently, right? In the office, right? Is that
I
right?
am.
Yeah.
I am still employed at the district attorney's office. Mm-hmm. I am still the chief civil deputy. Mm-hmm. There are two chief deputies, a criminal chief deputy, and I am the civil chief deputy. And part of my background is I was born and raised in Southern California. Mm-hmm. I went to Cal State Long Beach, where I got my bachelor's in business. I also have my master's of business administration. From there, I started teaching at various colleges and universities. I worked at the Small Business Development Center, consulting small business owners, also at the Entrepreneurial Training Institute. And from there, I decided I'm going to go to law school, entered into their pilot program, which there was about 300 of us, a little over 300, that entered into a pilot program. 7 of us graduated, and what the pilot program it was to complete law school in 2.5 years as opposed to 4 years.
Oh.
So
how'd that go?
It was
wild and crazy?
It was. There was no time. You know, you don't get summers. You don't get any breaks. You don't get anything. You take a full load for the full 2.5 years.
Yeah.
It's not that all the people dropped out. They were able to transition over to a 4-year program. And so I did that. I transitioned my consulting firm into law practice.
You're going to have to tell us, did you finish in 2.5 years?
I finished in 2.5 years. I was one of the 7.
Okay, there you go.
Me and the person I was dating at the time.
Yeah.
We both finished in 2.5 years.
Oh, wow.
So,
Fantastic.
yeah, not only in a relationship, but also doing that. So
That's a lot.
It was a lot, but it was fun. Looking back on it, I'm glad I did it that way.
Yeah.
And so I transitioned my consulting firm into my law practice, continued teaching. And my partner, he went in and did a criminal defense. That was what he wanted to do. I did a lot of corporate work, and I helped him on the defense side as far as when he had to go to trial, helped him prep his cases. My background is mainly litigation, as far as corporate litigation. So I love being in the courtroom.
And you had a firm for quite a few years, right, down in Long Beach?
Laguna Hills.
Laguna Hills,
Laguna Hills, 25 years. And I like to focus on jury selection and jury bias. Because the first thing you need to do when you're going to try a case in front of a jury is to pick the right jury.
Yeah.
You know, what demographic, what are you looking for when you're going to be asking them questions with respect to trying to find any of those biases.
And let's talk a little bit about that, because you're slim pickings in certain areas. I mean, even Pahrump, you have slim pickings, but I spoke to Judge Kim Walker about some of the cases that she's had in other areas, and the jurors that she has, say up, in Round Mountain, like you were talking about, or Ely, or any of the places. She's done some court cases up there in Goldfield, I believe.
Yes.
Even though Goldfield is Esmeralda, I believe that they still use that court. Is that you correct me if I'm wrong there? But she talks about the juror selection in those areas. I mean, you got the same 12 people.
You've got right. You get the same jury pool each time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So that,
like, you can't avoid the mailer because we know where you live, Joe Bob. But so how does that work, and how do you work that to your advantage on that kind of jury pool? I mean, you just have to go with what you got there, huh?
You go with what you got. For each case, there are unique nuances to it. Mm-hmm. So you just need to know how to tailor the questions to try and elicit the information to find out, are there any biases that might prejudice your client? Yeah.
And then how does, because your background is mainly civil, how does that translate with the criminal? I mean, I'm sure you've had some exposure to criminal as well, but how does that work with the DA's office and that job?
Well, I did help my partner and a lot of other attorneys in Orange County do the defense side. Mm-hmm. So when you're looking at the criminal, you're basically looking then at two sides of the same coin. You've got the defense side and you've got the prosecution side. And when I came into the DA's office here, which was in 2020, I was hired under Chris Arabia. And at that time, the DA's office was quite small. It had just like less than a dozen attorneys that worked in there. And all of us did a little of everything.
Yeah.
So I was also doing a criminal work at the DA's office, learning it from the prosecution side. So I could see it from the defense side. I could see what type of things I would look for to try and poke holes into a prosecutor's case, which I think is a great advantage. And so I was learning the ropes as far as the DA's office goes.
Yeah.
An interesting fact was before I'd gotten there, the deputies wanted to form a criminal deputies union.
Yes.
And I was the one who actually disbanded that. So in order to do that, you had to be doing 50% or more criminal work in the office. So I was the one who disbanded that, and then continued to do that when Brian was elected. He had his own visions. He brought in his own criminal deputy staff.
Yeah.
And then I was moved back solely to civil.
And then they're unionized right now?
They are.
Okay. And that's only the criminal side?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because civil is part of what they call management, and we're not allowed to unionize under management.
Okay. And then as far as all the experience, are you working in trials right now, civil trials?
No, I'm not. Brian also started a litigation civil unit, which basically consists of 2 attorneys, the chief deputy criminal deputy, and then another attorney who was brought in. Before that, I was assisting. We didn't actually have any real trials to do in civil. We didn't do any. The only one I sat in on with Brad where we actually had a significant hearing was when we had the issue with the dogs.
Yeah.
So that I assisted, and we sat in and we worked on that case together. But as far as actual trials in the civil arena, we haven't had any.
A huge case that's even still going on now.
It's still going on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, still going on now. But when Brian divided up the office and had the litigation side, I took care of all of the government aspects. So the board meetings, although Brian usually sits at the BOCCs, but I took care of the outlying districts, contracts, grants, bids, ordinances, you name it, I was working on it.
There you go. That case, by the way, the dog case, it's still going on because they're still looking at prosecuting him for the original dog, which, that whole case started with a phone call between me and Suzanne Cervanti and the vet. She called me, asked me for help because she had that one dog that was there, which is the dog that they're trying right now, and said, is there anything that you can do? And so things were in motion, and that night, they made that raid. But
But
and it had been going on forever, all the complaints, just nobody was acting on them. Yeah.
And dogs are near and dear to my heart.
Exactly. You have a dog we've talked about before. Tell me about your dog.
Yep, he's on my posters. So if you see the billboard, it has my dog on there. A lot of my signs and all my flyers have my dog on there. His name's Jackson. He's a Carolina dog. That's the actual breed name.
Yeah.
And he rescued me.
Yeah. How do you rescue you?
Well, it seems like they find you just at the right time.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
They do. My other dog, she passed away in 22, and my husband and my dad were like, well, let's get her another dog. Let's get her another dog. She's so sad.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, no, the right dog will find her.
Yeah.
And he did.
And I remember talking about your parents. They've been out here for many years. I believe in Chicopa.
They live in Chicopa.
Yeah.
They moved out there in 2007. And they're getting older. In fact, they just had their birthdays.
Yeah.
My mom in January, my dad in February. They both turned 88.
Yay.
He says he married an older woman. But they couldn't make the drive back and forth to Orange County any longer.
Yeah.
So I closed up my office there after 25 years. I closed up my office in Orange County, and that's when I moved out here to Pahrump. I had to take the Nevada bar.
Yeah.
And got a job at the DA's office just like that. So if anyone were to ask me what's your greatest accomplishment as of today, I would say it's having the ability to be able to take care of them.
Yeah, 100%.
It is, 100%.
It's so important. How many years have you been out here?
7.
7 years.
Yeah,
And
7 years, 6 at the DA's office.
Tell me about what you think about what's the DA's office right now and how you can change it for the better, what you think that you could do if you're elected with that office to improve it.
What I would really like to change is to bring in where everybody communicates a lot better. It's very divided right now, and I understand the criminal deputies have their union, but everybody kind of has to know a little bit about everything that's going on, because if one of them, God forbid something were to happen to somebody, there always has to be somebody to jump in.
Yeah.
So I really want to bring back, and that's what I did in my firm, is depending on the type of cases that were going on, we would meet weekly, maybe twice a month, and just talk about the cases, what are we doing, what's going on, anybody having any plans, vacation, anybody's maybe family members that aren't doing well that may, unexpectedly cause them to leave the office. So that harmony has been missing
Yeah.
at the DA's office. Like, for example, when I was hired in, there were 3 of us in the civil division. There was Marla, Brad, and I. And Brad was the one who was promoted to the chief criminal deputy. Then Marla retired, and I was promoted to chief deputy. But I never got any assistance.
Yeah.
So it went from 3 to 2 to 1. And everyone it was basically the joke of the county. I was a chief with no Indians because I had no help.
Yeah.
And that was what it was. I mean, all those duties were absorbed by me. So there has to be a better balance and better communication within the office and just a better harmony altogether.
Yeah, because we've always heard about the DA's office being divided in the past, and you're always hoping that doesn't happen, but also having those meetings and having input with other attorneys and having some fresh eyes on cases and maybe kind of breaking down that barrier it may be helpful.
Sure. And when you're reviewing, like, for example, if I'm reviewing an ordinance and I'm making changes to ordinance, there could be something I missed because you read the same thing over and over again. You start to read over things.
Yeah.
So having someone else that can take a look at it and say, wait a minute, this doesn't sound quite right, because a lot of times it sounds great in your head and you understand where you're going with that. But when the third party reads it, they go, wait a minute, I didn't quite get that.
Yeah.
So having that kind of collaboration, I think, has been missing, and was missing when it was good when I got there because Marla ran a great
Yeah, I love Marla.
show. Yeah,
I gotta give my kudos to her.
Yeah.
She's a lovely lady. I love her.
And we're still good friends. We talk all the time.
Yeah.
We're texting back and forth.
Yeah.
So I got a great friend out of working at the DA's office,
Yeah.
and we're actually birthday buddies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we neither one of us ever had a birthday buddy before.
Really?
So,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
and it was by coincidence we ended up having to go to a meeting.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, what do you think about that today? And I said, no better way to spend your birthday. And she goes, today's your birthday? Tomorrow's my birthday.
Oh, see?
So it was just by happenstance
That's
we happened to find that out.
When's your birthday?
August 12th.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm a Leo through and through.
There you go,
Yeah,
Leo.
I'm a Leo through and through. But, especially coming from a private sector, my life has not been in public office. This is the first time I've thrown my hat into the ring. But I think I definitely bring that fresh perspective and that way of coordinating and integrating the office that way. And we have a phenomenal group of deputies, all of them, a phenomenal staff. It just, I think, needs a lot of tweaking.
And then you have a bunch of events that you've recently went to, like we were just talking about, including the Living Free Art for Recovery, which you said, as well as myself, I mean, it's a very moving event and such a great event. And the DA's office seems very involved in a lot of that with Living Free and stuff because of some of the people's background and what's going on with them as far as law enforcement and their court cases are concerned.
Right.
Because that's definitely a path for employment. And
Judge Wonker's very involved
yes,
with that,
she is, yeah.
Especially with her drug program.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I'd been to the event, and it was very inspirational.
It is.
Like my brother, he also passed away in 2022.
I'm sorry.
And he had a lot of drug issues also. And that basically took its toll,
Yeah.
and he ended up having emphysema, massive heart attack.
Oh, wow.
And but that's the way he lived his life. He
Yep.
lived his life the way he wanted to live it.
Yep.
So when I was sitting there and I was listening to these people that have gone through so much to get to where they are.
Yeah.
I was sitting, I'm like, don't cry, don't cry, because my eyes kept tearing up because you can't help but kind of flash back to that.
Exactly.
And it was just, don't cry. And I would just remember my brother always telling me, he goes, don't ever do this, Michelle, don't ever do these things.
Yeah.
Learn from me, don't ever do these things. So,
well, she's doing some great work with Living Free and all of her
Yes.
different outlets to get those people back to work and get them on the road to recovery. I got to say, you have some upcoming events that you're going to, including the chili cook-off this weekend you're going to be at.
We have a ton of events that are coming up. Chili cook-off, I am sponsoring the dog fashion show, which I'm sure is a big surprise, right?
Yeah.
But sponsoring the dog fashion
that's
show,
fantastic.
it's Friday at 5.
Yeah.
If you or anyone else has a dog they want to bring out to the Chili Fest, I'm also going to be a guest judge, so that's going to be super exciting. And then that's all weekend, this coming weekend. I'm also going to be at the G-Con meet and greet for all candidates. So I'll be leaving my booth with my volunteers at the Chili Fest and racing over to G-Con and then racing back. So we picked the nicest, hottest weekend so far this year to do that.
Yeah, it's going to be warm.
It's going to be
Well, it's already warm. I found that out today. And then where else?
We've got we have Beatty on Monday. Mm-hmm. We have Amargosa on Friday. We have the Easter picnic that's coming up on April 4th, I believe it is. That's Saturday.
Yeah. So Saturday, the Pahrump Holiday Task Force, right? Easter picnic at Petrick.
Yep.
And then Sunday is the Easter egg hunt at Simpkins. Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. I can remember them all now.
Yeah. So we came up with a game because they said you have to have a game.
Yeah.
So we have a game for the kids with little prizes.
That's so much fun, isn't
and
it?
Some candy and things like that.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a great event.
I'm hoping it'll cool down before then. Because this is a really hot March. I'm just letting you know.
It seems like we went straight into summer.
We did. We went like into May and June already. I can't even believe it. It's so crazy. It's so wild. But I'm hoping it'll cool down. I haven't got to check, but they just said it was mostly this weekend. I think people can
It's going to cool down a little. But
I hope.
Yeah.
I was not going to stay hot.
Well, my pool's not heated, so I'm excited because it's going to heat up my pool a little bit sooner. I told my husband, we've got to cover the pool so it starts to warm up just a little bit.
Oh, gosh.
My dog already jumped in it today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
Well, I went down to Lake Havasu, and they had a non-heated pool, but a heated jacuzzi, and the jacuzzi was so hot. We were hoping to get all the water in the pool. The pool water was so cold. It was like a dare to get in it. And but I stayed in the jacuzzi the whole time, pretty much. I mean, the whole weekend was me sitting
It's like
in
a polar plunge.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. You know how you get really hot in the jacuzzi, but you want to jump in the pool and then go back and forth? That pool was way too cold. I'm sure it's fine now. But this was a couple weeks ago, so, you know. But, yeah, so you're at all those events, and then as far as speaking at events, I'm sure people can request you to come on by if they have a group or organization, and you want to do a meet and greet there.
Absolutely.
But they can also find you at those if they're going to those. If they come by the chili cook-off, they can see you there. They can see you at the Saturday Easter event.
Yes.
And then how do they get in touch with you, and how do they find out more about your campaign? I'm sure you have websites and online presence all the way around. Tell everybody.
I have. You can go to my website. It's www.nelson4districtattorney.com. I have detailed information about my biography. I have the issues that I think that matter in this campaign. I have a calendar page which has everything listed on there as far as where I'm going to be. But if anyone has a special request as far as wanting me to make an appearance or has a group that they'd like me to talk with, then they can reach out to me by email. I also have, or call me. I also have my Facebook page, which I usually put pictures of the events I go to and just good stuff, just good fun stuff, because I think we sometimes just need a little smile and good and fun stuff. Being out in the community. It's Michelle Nelson for Nye County District Attorney.
All right. You can find her on Facebook. And do you want to give them your phone number? Or they can message you on Facebook?
Yeah, they can message me on Facebook. The problem with giving my phone number right now is because I am working at the district attorney's office.
Yeah.
So I cannot take calls during work.
Yeah, exactly.
So I can't be texting, taking calls during work.
None of that political stuff while you're at work.
None of the political stuff while I'm at work. So that's the only reason. Even if you send me a message on Facebook or send me an email, there will be a delay in me getting back to people. I've gotten back to everyone as far as I know of. If I haven't, reach out to me for sure. But so there's a little delay there simply because I am working still at the district attorney's office, and I take that seriously.
Yes, definitely. All right, so everybody, Michelle Nelson, she's running for district attorney, and I gotta say, you gotta get out there and vote. Definitely, we're voting in June. What's the date?
June 9th,
June 9th.
is in person. We have early voting that starts ahead of that, and then we have mail-in voting. And I certainly can't do it without the people of Nye County. It's only the people of Nye County that's going to vote for their new district attorney, and I certainly hope that is the vote is for me. So I appreciate everyone's vote, and please vote.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much, Michelle, for coming by. And of course, if you are a candidate and you would like to come on the show, you can give me a call, 775-299-9992, and we can have you a guest on the show and talk about your campaign. We're going to go to the Nye County Animal Shelter right now with Christy Sigmund and her dog, Glitter.
Sponsored by Want to Tree, handyman, yard cleanup, yard maintenance, and so much more. Give them a call at 775-253-8066. We will leave you with a smile.
Hi, my name is Christy Sigmund, and I'm here at the Nye County Animal Shelter with Miss Glitter. So Glitter is a mix of a bunch of different breeds of dogs. She is a certified good girl, truly. She just loves walks. She loves to be outside. She loves to be with people. She actually has a bit of separation anxiety when she's away from people. So if your home is one that could give her all the attention and love that she would love to have, please come down to Nye County Animal Shelter at 1580 East Erie Lane and meet with Miss Glitter. You can also visit her and all of our other adoptable dogs at 24petconnect.com. Give us a call at 775-751-7020, because not only do we have Miss Glitter, but we have 50 other sweet, sweet kiddos that are waiting for their forever homes.
Thanks so much, Christy, for showing us those wonderful dogs. And that's going to wrap up this edition of Unchained here on Pahrump News. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Good night.
Axe exterminators. Give those pests the axe. Give them a call today for general pest control, rodents, termites, bed bugs, and so much more in Pahrump, Amargosa, Beatty, and surrounding areas. 775-990-2065.